explained my 3-point plan for Pupil Premium success. I've explained the importance of engaging in step 1, because not all pupils who are eligible for the PP funding are academically disadvantaged, and even those who are will not face the same blocks to learning as each other. As such, it's important that schools treat each pupil as an individual and provide support on a case-by-case basis. The second action in my plan is to choose the strategies or to plan the solutions. Once we've identified the blocks that each pupil faces, we must decide what action to take to help them overcome those blocks and to afford each pupil an equal chance of success in school. I've talked so far about cultural capital and the vocab gap. But whatever strategies you decide to employ, I think it's helpful to apply the following principles. Firstly, we should ensure that our strategies promote an ethos of attainment for all pupils, not stereotyping disadvantaged pupils as a group with less potential to succeed. Secondly, we should take an individualised approach to addressing blocks to learning and emotional support, and do so at an early stage, as opposed to providing access to generic support as pupils near the end of a key stage, perhaps as they are about to sit exams. Thirdly, we should focus on outcomes for individual pupils, not on providing generic strategies for whole cohorts of students. Fourthly, we should deploy our best staff to support disadvantaged pupils, perhaps develop existing teachers and TA skills instead of using additional staff who do not know our pupils well. Fifthly, we should make decisions based on frequent assessment data, responding to changing evidence as opposed to a one-off decision point. And finally, we should focus on high-quality teaching first, not on bolt-on strategies and activities outside of school hours and outside of the class. If you use your Pupil Premium funding to fund additional interventions, then they tend to work best when they are short-term. The best interventions help pupils to become increasingly independent over time. In other words, the scaffolds slowly fall away as the pupil improves their knowledge and their skills. Interventions should therefore be planned for a finite amount of time, ideally less than a term. Of course, if the evidence shows that the intervention is working, but that further improvement is needed, then the intervention can be extended. But to slate an intervention for a year, say, I believe is often misguided. The best interventions are also intensive. Interventions should be intensive, perhaps with 3 or more sessions a week instead of just 1. And those sessions should also be intensive in the sense of being short, say between 20 and 50 minutes in length, not an hour or 90 minutes. Interventions should also be focused. In other words, they should be keenly focused on a pupil's development needs, not be generic strategies. For example, instead of setting a goal of, say, improving a pupil's literacy skills, an intervention strategy should be focused on a specific aspect of literacy, such as their knowledge of the plot of the book Stone Cold, or their ability to use embedded quotations in an essay. The best interventions are also tailored. In other words, they need to be personalised to meet the needs of those pupils accessing them. They must be as personalised, as tailored as any classroom learning is, and not be off the peg. Assessment data should be used to inform the intervention and to ensure that it's being pitched suitably to fill gaps in pupils' knowledge. Interventions tend to work best when they are monitored as well. Any intervention strategy should be monitored as it's happening, not just evaluated once it's finished. The monitoring may involve more anecdotal data, such as pupil and teacher feedback, but evidence must be gathered throughout the lifespan of an intervention in order to ensure that it is working, or working as well as it could, and so that timely decisions can be taken to stop or to tweak an intervention if it is not having the desired effect on pupil progress that we had intended it to. Waiting until the intervention has finished to evaluate its success is simply too late. If it did not work or did not work as well as it could have done, then time and money have been wasted.
If you found this video helpful, you might be interested to learn more about YouCan. YouCan is our new, ever-growing, on-demand, video CPD service for schools. Each course is made up of a series of modules just like the one you've just watched. Each module is designed to be highly practical with ideas that you can use right away. We're growing our library of courses every week to meet the demands of our subscribers. There's a huge wealth of training that you and your colleagues will be able to access if your school subscribes. Our short, practical videos make it easy and enjoyable to learn, so you can do anything you set your mind to.